Hi, this is Jen Buehler with DIY Anyone, and I'm so excited to participate today in October's challenge with Sonja at Domestic Diva DIY. And I have for you my Wicked Wreath. What you see in the upper corner is the purple and orange Wicked Wayfair wreath. That is $155.99. And so I'm going to create one with Dollar Tree supplies for about $14. Now, I show you purple, white, and black Deco Mesh. I used all but 2 rolls of these, and it didn't use 1 roll of purple and a roll of black. Now I have the pipe cleaners all the way around here. I ended up changing out how to do this. I have to tell you, this is my first Deco Mesh I have ever made. So I thought I might need these, and I honestly was better off to add them at the beginning than to add them later on. It's easier to take them off than to add them. So what I started with were white and purple mesh, white and black mesh, black and purple mesh, and then some plain mesh. And what I end up doing here is taking the little trios. I rolled them all. They were 6 inches wide. I cut them 10 inches long, and I did 2 curls on either end and then crunched them together in the center. And there's about 1 million Deco Mesh videos to watch, but so mainly we're looking at this one for the design as opposed to the assembly pattern. But any questions, please ask. So anyway, I alternated such that I ended up with groupings of white patterned throughout, and that's what I wanted to do, kind of create that separation. So I just kind of created it to look good to my eye, and then we'll keep going around here. What I end up using those Deco Mesh in the center ring, I use those because I add some of the bat ribbon from Dollar Tree and the plain black sparkly ribbon from Dollar Tree to add some pattern in the center there. All right, so now I'm down to the very end, and you can see, so I've got the purple and white, and then the black and white, and you can see to the left where there's just the plain 3 white ones in the center. So I just added 1 to each side of that, and that ended up to be the pattern to get that white where it wasn't too much, but just enough to create that differentiation in almost like a vertical stripe type pattern. And then what we'll be doing next here is here's the general picture. Now you can see with this Deco Mesh, granted, it's not the most expensive, and you can see that there's a lot of odd threads and things that hang, especially with the way the light's hitting it, and just trim those away. But honestly, for as inexpensive as the mesh is, it was really pretty and very easy to work with. All right, so then I had the Wicked piece that came from Dollar Tree, and I decided to paint it green, and you can see the texture on it. So the green is with puffy paint, then the silver broom handle is puffy paint, the gold moon, and then the black hat. All puffy paint. You can get them for $1 a bottle at Walmart. Then I just took some raffia, glued that to the bottom for the witch's broom part. Put a little piece of raffia around the center. You can see where I made it look like it was gathered, but then I did have extra pieces underneath just to fill it out. And that was the Wicked piece. Now for that patterned, the puffy paint to dry. So be sure and give it plenty of time so you don't drag your hand through it and mess it up. And you can kind of see the pattern that adds, and it really is neat with the light. So then we're going to add that to the bottom center of the wreath, and I ended up actually just hot gluing that on. It just really did fine. Again, since that Deco Mesh has such big holes in it, be careful that you don't burn your fingers off, because you could. Use your little cute spatula from the Dollar Tree, the makeup spatula, you know what you're supposed to slather on your makeup with, to hold that hot glue on, and that will hold that in place. Then see the bat pieces that are around the top, and some in the center of the bat pieces. You can see the black balls that I used. I used that to set it off. Then I just did a simple Dollar Tree ribbon in the center, at the top center, and that wasn't fluffed very well. I did talk to my husband about that. You know, the photographer has to fluff. If the artist isn't there to fluff, the photographer has to fluff. So then there's one more view at the Wicked, and you can see actually if you look at the Wicked sign, a little bit of light green that I used on the left borders to make it show and pop just a little bit. So there's our comparison. Come back and see me again love to have you. Subscribe, hit thumbs up, and then go see the rest of the neat folks on the playlist. So, $14. There you go, baby. Thank you. Bye.